welcome back. And I don't know if you noticed the camera is in exactly the same position as it was last time, and this is everything's in the exact same. Can I speak? No. Everything's in the exact same position it was last time because I literally started recording this about a second after I stopped recording the last one. So camera's telling me I've got 57 minutes and 44 seconds left to record, which is more than enough. I doubt I'll be doing more than half an hour on this clock, if the best case scenario is what it is. So we can start reassembling the case. I'm just looking around to see if I've missed anything, and I don't think I have, so we can do that anyway. So, dial, possibly got radium on it, probably got radium on it. So let's just stick it on there. And I've actually found one of the original, I'll take these out now, nails. These usually just get lost, but I've actually found one. And I will put it in there, I think. And that holds the dial in apparently, even though they always go missing. Usually the pressure of the bezel holds the dial on anyway, so it's not a huge worry. So now is the test to see really where have I made it straight. Have I bent up the alarm shaft at all? This is how you find out, and the alarm's going off for some reason. No. Is it even on alarm time? Yeah, it is, thank goodness. Right, if it wasn't, that'd be a worry because I've done something wrong. But as you can see, it is a bit loose for some reason. Not supposed to be. Press it with my fingers. Not do a Bayard and get my thumb straight through the dial. That would be not a good idea. Well, looks like we haven't bent it up too much. Still doing its job. You can see it's slightly off centre, but there's not much I can do about that, to be honest. So anyway, let's say that's still good. And get that on there. Right, this is the alarm onning time. So 10. Does it work with this clock the same as all the other ones? I hope it does. If it didn't, that'd be slightly worrying. And this will be the first time I've seen this clock together with glass and the hands intact, which will be quite interesting to see. So, is the alarm at 12? Let's find out. There we go. Ooh, just about 12. Let's move it. There we go. Right, that's good. 12 enough for me. Now for the minute hand. And this paint has held up really well. And my homemade luminous paint. Oh, I didn't make the paint myself. I mixed the paint myself out of other paint, but the paint itself I did not make. And this hand looks like it could go on a bit more, so I will hammer it on, which is a bit of an unusual twist. So I'll just do that now. It's not worth moving the camera for. So it's literally just a case of me putting this face down and giving it a whack on the back. Alright, that's been hammered on. Let's hope it's still good. And just a proof of concept, these always fall out. Let's put it in this one instead. Right, so is everything still hunky-dory? Let's find out. So, alarm let's say 4 o'clock, which is not the time to stop. It is the time to ring. So let's alarm off. These hands. Looks like it's this hand. Oh, it's already past 4 anyway on the thing. I didn't set it properly. It was telling about 10 past 4, which is pretty much what this is. So that's good for me. So here we have the completed dial and hand assembly. Let me zoom out a bit, unless it's already zoomed out, which it is. It's repeating. You can see that repeat lever there on that repeat cam on the third wheel. Moving up and stopping the alarm now. So that looks like it's all going to work. Let's tighten this up, which I forgot to do. We don't want these plates coming apart inside the clock. That'll be the worst possible thing to happen. Well, I can think of worse things, to be honest. But there's one of them. It's definitely not something I want to happen. So this looks like it's all going together pretty well. Stop. Now time for putting it back in the case, which is the fun part, because then we can finally see what this will look like when it's complete. So we've got our pink case, which is salmon. That's all the ingredients for salmon. We've got our glass, which is giving a wipe. Like that. Might say what filthy glass that is. That's around the edges, it won't show up. Glass is in. All good. Now for the... I nearly call this a bezel, it's not. It's a matting ring, I think it's called. I think I got that from... I can't remember where I got that from, that phrase, matting ring. Probably a universal phrase, but I think Bill Stoddard at Clock Info said that. Not Clock History, I think I got that from Clock Info when he did up a Big Ben style one or something. So, let's get this in there. And you might think, why is it stopping? Well, that's because it has not had any time to run in, and it's not stopping, so that's good anyway. You might think, what a load of nonsense, it should be running straight away. Not necessarily. Sometimes you've got to let these things run for a bit. So let's put that on there, which I nearly forgot. And that. That keeps the alarm nice and stiff so it doesn't flop about. And how do I do that? Do I put it in there? Yeah. Put the alarm finger in first and then the rest of the clock. So yeah, it's looking good. Let's just put these feet in to secure it in place. I have got feet that might fit, but they don't look as good as these ones do. This one I think is an original foot. I don't know about the other one, but I'd rather have one original foot and make them mismatched than having no original feet that don't suit the style at all. Whereas these both look like 30s or 40s German feet. Let's go for this. I think this is a 40s clock. I don't remember if I said this already in another video, but this model I think is called the Pioneer. It was an old Mauthe catalogue. If you look up Mauthe clocks, probably, or something, Mauthe clocks catalogue. A catalogue said it was called the Pioneer. Thank goodness that was not the sound of glass breaking, that was the sound of me tightening up something. I've had enough of glass breaking on this channel. And this is off, this is on. Alright, I'm sorry about the bad lighting. Let's get this on, which I wonder how many of these got lost. Look at this tiny piece right here. I didn't even know that screw on until I accidentally unscrewed it. Otherwise I'd have been lost of how to take this thing apart. So thank goodness it is unscrewable. That goes on like that. Nice and good. Very good, very nice. Let's just turn it off and put the alarm on. Unless it's, oh, it's already, yeah, it's already unwound. I didn't wind it up all the way anyway, did I? So, last thing to do before, maybe we can make this a less than 10-minute video. I doubt it. Worth a try. I don't want to rush it. Last look at the movement. Good looking movement. Back. Still all distorted, but I'm not going to bother doing anything about it. Because then it'll lose its character. Considering this is the only one of these I've ever seen in my life, not alarm clock, one of these models, what's not going on? What's the regulator? It's so bent. There we go. Right. That's now not bent as much. What? Right. And you might think, what are those numbers? Yeah, if you can see, there's a number 1 there, there's a number 2 there, a number 3 there, and a number 4 there, a number 5 there, a number 6 there, a number 7 there, and a number 8 there. Well, I've no idea, but I think, probably, to make it easier for an international market, which this is probably, because this is doing in the UK when it's made in Germany, so it's foreign there. I'll explain that in a second, you probably know. Yeah. I think the instruction manual, when you got this first, would have been nice and simple and said, number 1, alarm, number 2, instead of actually stamping the word, no, not alarm, that's the time, isn't it? Instead of stamping the words wind time, wind alarm, set hands, plus or minus, which is not really a non-universal thing, and on and off, they could have made it sort of more universal probably, and make it in all different markets. Although I've known clocks actually putting a picture of a clock there, a picture of a bell there, which I think is much better than having numbers on there, but oh well. I mean, once you lose the manual, you don't know what to do. Also, I've just noticed that number 8 has a little bell around it, which is quite convenient. Is that true? Yeah, it is. Otherwise it'd be a bit confusing. So yeah, this is almost together. Let's just get this back together. Oh yeah, foreign. It says foreign on the dial, I think, because this was probably made for the British market, and because of imports, import laws, they couldn't put, well, not necessarily that they couldn't put Mauthe on there, because they did, which is quite unusual. Usually they make them unbranded, but they put foreign on there instead of made in Germany for importing, which is, you know, a bit of a, you know, it's not something that you'd really want to happen if you were exporting your stuff, but it happened. Which makes identifying clocks a lot harder, especially in this country. Well, when you get German clocks, like German mantle clocks, and they say foreign on them, they usually have no branding in them at all. So, here we have, let me move this down, what looks like a complete clock. And I am very happy with it, because it's, in my opinion, what could be an unusual model, based on the fact that I can't find another one, and I have not seen another one of these. Yeah, again, I remember saying in the first episode, if you know what this is, or not know what it is, it's an alarm clock. If you've seen this model before, or even own this model, or just even know anything about this model in particular, or when it was made or anything, please let me know, whether that be in the comments or if you're on the GHC on Discord, which I recommend you join, Gregola Horology Club. Invite staff is on Gregola Horology Club's channel. Yeah, if you're on there and you know, just let me know, because I'd love to know. It's a nice thing, nice basic drum style design, which you don't see much. Usually there's more sort of fancy and moulded around the edges, but this one, it looks like it's been rolled out of a machine, which I think most of them were, but rolled rather than just stamped. But yeah, interesting. So there we have it, the FMS Mauthe Repeat Salmon edition with triangular bow. And let's hear it ring for the first time in probably the start of the series. Let's make the alarm at 6 o'clock. Will it scrape the dial at all? Let's hope not. Oh, it went off without me noticing. Let's make it 9. Absent-mindedly. 9. Slight problem here. The knob is too short to go on there. I don't know if it's the original one or not, but it's just too short to go on there, so I'll probably have to find another one. A bit strange. Maybe I'd put it on wrong. That's better. Oh, don't worry, it was just put on wrong. Okay, repeat. Let's go. Let's put it on. Oh, that's a bit before 9. It's alright, I can live with 5 minutes. Oh, that's a horrible noise. Okay, let's not let's not hear that repeat. So yeah, what a horrible noise. Yeah, good. Got that working. 1 out of 3 of the new arrivals. If you're still watching, thank you very much. Subscribe. About the other 2 that I showed recently, the white time celt, which is over here, and the blue well time, which is on my shelf. The blue well time will probably not see a series, considering I've done a pink one, exactly the same model as it, very recently. So it'll go in the sort of, I'm running out of videos ideas pile, where I can just say, oh, I haven't put a video up in a while, I don't have any clocks to record, may as well just go for that one. So it'll be, sadly, sitting unserviced on my shelf, not doing a thing. But not forever, because that was a good fun one, the pink one, and I may as well do the blue one as well. And this one will see a series. This will be the next project, alarm clock project, I think. Although I need to do the Esker, so it might come after that actually. But yeah, this will definitely be a series very soon. I've got some interesting stuff I want to show you as well. A granddaughter clock. That's a project. Slightly new avenue for the channel, I think, but that's been with me for a very long time, that clock, and I need to do something about it, so that should happen very soon. And what else is there? Oh yeah, I'll show you now actually. Yeah, slightly irrelevant to this video, but we have here a Swiss alarm clock with a rounded back and an opening front that did that. Ooh, that's not good. Right. Yeah, it's a short story really, also I'll explain it. Juvenia or something. Swiss made 8-day alarm clock. Very nice movement, which I'll probably show if I ever get around to it. Someone had taken all the screws out of this, except those three, and the movement ones. Someone had taken all the screws out of this, and the hands. This hand's not original, of course, it's far too short. Problem is I don't have any that fit, so I bought this thing thinking, oh, I've probably got hands that fit. No, I don't. So I'm either thinking about selling it straight on, or just, I don't know, making some hands unless I find another one. Problem is, I can't find any other Juvenia clocks ever, especially this kind. Look on the internet, I can only find a couple. There's a round gold one like this, but it's round instead of square. And there's a few black big circular ones which look pretty cool and sort of space age design. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever get my hands on another one in the time being, so this will be either something I sell on for hopefully more than I got it for, even though it hasn't got hands, or I just leave it hanging around, because it does work. It's a really well working thing, it all works, the alarm works, the time works, it just doesn't have any hands, and that's the main problem, and also nothing to secure the dial to the weird rotating bit at the front. So yeah, nice quality thing, but it just can't do anything with it because it doesn't have any hands. Anyway, back to this. Salmon. Done. Subscribe.